Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. It's August and it's time for my monthly report on how is Warcraft Rumble doing. So how did Warcraft Rumble do in July? This is now a couple of days into August for two reasons. One is that Blizzard made Molten Core harder and I have been testing that a lot, so I've spent a lot of time there. And another is that I have noticed that the numbers get adjusted in the first couple of days a little bit sometimes. Because like the sensor tower tells you that, hey, we have the monthly numbers right after midnight, but actually they don't really have all the data from the last couple of days at that point. So these are now the adjusted numbers. And how did Rumble do? On iOS, 20,000 downloads, 10,000 fewer than last month, and 800,000 in revenue, same as last month. And on Android, 20,000 downloads, again 10,000 fewer, and 600,000 in revenue, minus 100,000 there, for a total of 40,000 downloads and 1.4 million in revenue. So revenue is quite stable, but Rumble downloads, they keep falling. If you look at Rumble's entire lifetime, well, Rumble started with several million downloads on the first month, but it has been going down and still going down. As for revenues, the situation isn't quite as dire. Obviously, Rumble started out really well, making 16 million on its first month and now 1.4 million. But revenues actually are not at all-time low. When Rumble started releasing new content in late May, that actually gave them a bit of an uptick in revenues as well. So revenue-wise, Rumble has stabilized, although probably not at the level what Blizzard would want. Because, of course, for a company like Blizzard, they would want to be somewhere on a list like this, top grossing strategy games in July 2024. And yeah, the best ones are bringing in money. Last War Survival, 85 million in a single month. Pokemon Go, 66 million. Whiteout Survival, 61 million. Even the closest competitor to Rumble, even if it is a competitor because it's a PvP game, Rumble is a PvE game, but still Clash Royale bringing in 16 million in July once again. And even the games at the lower end of this top list, like something like Marvel Snap, Star Trek Fleet Command, League of Legends, Wild Rift, bringing in 4 million, 5 million, that's still a lot more than 1.4. So obviously for a company like Blizzard, they would want to be somewhere quite a bit higher in this one. And what Rumble really needs to get there is new players. The revenues are fairly stable, but downloads have kept dropping, even though Blizzard started to advertise Rumble a little bit last month, so that hasn't managed to turn the tide. Player retention in Rumble has to be pretty good actually, because these revenue numbers compared to those new download numbers, they don't match at all, which means that there are a lot of players who have kept playing Rumble and have kept spending money. But I mean, eventually every game needs new players as well. And where does Rumble find these new players? If I was running Warcraft Rumble, I know what I would do. I would get a PC client out there as soon as possible, because Rumble has not really found the mobile audience. But Rumble has found the audience of like lapsed World of Warcraft players who just don't have time to play World of Warcraft anymore, don't have that much time. I mean, they can get a few minutes at a time. Yeah, Rumble can find that kind of players, and that kind of players, well, some of them play on mobile, but they would more play on PC, and they would get to keep more of the money as well if they were selling stuff on PC. So yeah, I think that would be the key for Rumble to have success. Whether Blizzard is going to do that, I do not know. But yeah, new players for Rumble. Now would be a really good time to start Rumble as well. By the way, there's still 10 days left in the Scenarion event. You can start the Scenarion event once you reach 40 sigils, so after around 4 hours of gameplay. And the Scenarion event is going to give you so much good stuff. All the Scenarion minis, and you can get them to uncommon, and you get a bunch of coins, and I've been playing that on one of my newer accounts, and the newer account is just making so much progress now. So it would be a great time to start Rumble if you were to start it right now, but where do you find those people? How do you get the message through? That's the big question for Blizzard. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.